Hi there.
Hi, welcome back to Curious Collection. I'm so glad you guys are joining us today. We're going to talk about our 10 best items, most expensive that is, for March 2024.
Yep. These are our top 10 sellers.
Yeah. So we had a lot of higher value items that sold this month.
We did.
So like typically we're looking and we're like, oh, okay, well it's just the stuff that's over 100 and we're usually kind of lucky to get 10 that are over 100.
Right. Maybe we've got one extra that's over $100, but most of our items are right around that $20 range, and our average sales have been right around that $20 range basically the whole time we've been doing this.
Right. Yeah. And you know, we've talked about the fact in other videos that we do focus in on that $20 sweet spot that people will be comfortable spending without consulting a spouse or without feeling like they can't pay their rent. So,
but we've actually been kind of inching that number up into the $22 to $25 range, which is huge. I really feel like that's a big move. And so we do have a lot more of those over $100 items that we've sold this month.
Yeah. So tomorrow we're going to post another video up and we're going to have our money for the month, basically what the dollars look like. And,
for the whole business across all platforms.
Right. So you'll see tomorrow, what does that look like in our business with more sales in that higher end. So first thing we've got up was our most expensive item, sold for $433.08. Now these numbers include shipping, sales tax, all of the applicable eBay fees. So $433.08 out the door. Our selling cost on that was $90 from eBay, $33 on taxes. Our net, so what's coming back to us, $309.62. And this I paid up for.
You did. Yeah.
I paid like $250 for that. So we really made $59, and the person had it for a couple weeks.
Yep.
And they notified us and they told us that they want to send it back.
Yeah.
So we authorized the return. They
have not sent it back yet.
But they haven't sent it. Right. So they have until middle of the month.
Which is just ridiculous, you know, because they had it for a few weeks, and
I think they've had it for close to 3 weeks.
Right, and now they have another month to send it back. It's a very, very, very long time.
It is. We ship everything in our store out within 24 hours.
Right.
Somehow they get 5 weeks.
Yeah. I don't know.
It is what it is.
Yep.
The next thing we've got, Mount St. Helens original military photo lot.
Super cool.
These were all 9.5 by 9.5. They were all on Kodak paper. They were all original military prints, aerial views of Mount St. Helens before, during, and after the explosion.
Yeah, it was super
with that
cool.
eruption in 1980. Sold for $317.99. After fees, shipping, all of that, $228.77. I bought this as part of a massive collection. And so my cost into this paid for everything that I bought.
The whole day.
That entire day. I think I spent $100 on all of it.
Yeah.
That paid back.
And I mean, really,
collection.
that's what makes this business work, is that capability of buying like a huge lot, making your money back right away on one piece, and then everything else is profit. You know, that's really how we're able to do this.
Now, this did take a little while to sell. It took us almost 3 months to sell this, but great return on it. These were amazing pieces. They really were. 5-piece photo lot. So, you know, for people that are out there and they think, well, you can't make money on ephemera, it's a dying category. I've been told this 100 times. They're in your face.
Yeah, you've got a lot of ephemera on the top.
$400 JFK letter, month. These $300 military photos. The next thing we've got, Roger Rabbit Now, we don't do clothing. I've said
we
it 100
don't.
times. We were at an auction. The person
And this
was
one actually like really, really bothered me because
Right.
it's been in our inventory forever. And it was one of those like, okay, we'll do it because they claim that, you know, you've got these items that you can make all this money off of. And this was a rough one.
Yeah. So again, Roger Rabbit baseball jersey with hat, original tags. This is from the early
90s.
mid 90s.
Yeah.
So this is from the Disney store. We sold it for $218.49. After eBay fees, it brought it down to $148. Our input cost on that was like $70.
Yeah, we paid up on that.
We doubled our money.
We did.
It sat in our store
Forever.
at least 6 months.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because it was all through Christmas. No nothing. I think we did. I think we bought it in like September, October.
Right. But again, we don't sell vintage clothing.
Mm-mm.
And we don't do
Disney.
Disney really. I mean, when I say we don't do stuff, it's not an integral part of our business.
Right,
So it obviously we saw this amazing piece still with tags on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going, okay, somebody's going to fall in love with this and want to gotta have it. There was very little comps to go on.
Right, right.
So we risked some serious money. That $70 could have bought a lot of jewelry. It could have bought a lot of paper. And we had it tied up for 6 months. So
yeah.
given the
and
opportunity,
during that 6 months, I'm sitting there going, but they said this would work, you know, and that's what's so frustrating.
And it did.
Yes, eventually it did.
I would not buy it again.
It takes up a lot of headspace.
Yeah, I would not buy it again. I don't like having that much invested into something like that, you know, I'm going to have trouble turning it very quickly.
Yeah.
We like things that do sell quickly, or
something that at least I know it's going to like not take up a lot of room, or, you know, like some of the ephemera. Yeah, it's a $200 piece, but it's going to sit in the filing cabinet.
Right.
It's not sitting on the shelf staring at you going, hey, this is a bad buy every day.
So next up, you've got some
another set of the Navajo watch tips. This was another signed piece. It's a Yazzy, the HD Yazzy. And these are super cool. They're the turquoise, you know, old pawn. So again, that buy was just amazing. This is all profit at this point. We've certainly made our money back. You know, these were $165 was the total price, with coming back to us after fees and everything was $109. And that's 100% pure profit at this point.
Right. Our input cost, our buy price on that, I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Was $20.30.
Yeah.
That because we bought these, like I said, the person
$13 I thought was the buy price by the time that we put in all of the pieces.
That was the average, but I'm saying this piece specifically.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because it was a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
The person was intending to melt them down.
Mm-hmm.
So we went in, basically, you know, the way I saw it, we rescued it.
Yeah.
And, you know, we gave them what they were looking for, probably a little bit more because, you know, we paid for the weight of the stones as well, which if you're going to have something melted down, you're probably not getting the weight of the stones either. So
it worked
very
well for everyone.
Right.
And, you know, so we're so pleased with that buy.
Right. And we profited
it worked out so
like
well.
$79. So that was a great item for us. The next up is costume jewelry.
Yes. So this was a piece that, again, I've had it forever. And it's a costume jewelry piece. And so this was a signed piece, Skazi. And again, I don't know this brand. So I just did the comps and it was like going for like $250. And I'm like, that's craziness, but okay. But it's been in our inventory for a very long time. So I marked it down the other day. We've been going through and readdressing some of the older pieces that, you know, and reassessing with the current economy and things like that. So I marked it down to 200 from the original. I don't know if it was 3 or 250, but I marked it down No, we got 160 on that. So I must have marked it down to 150. And it sold. So I am super ecstatic. Like, seriously, this was something that came on a tray lot. I've already made my money back because, again, like I said, this piece has been in our inventory for probably close to 6 months to a year. So the fact that it sold is just amazing.
This was a really nice piece, and that all of the individual stones were prong set. It really is an exceptional piece of jewelry.
It's also, so the pendant is on a necklace, and I believe it's also a brooch. It is. I've seen other ones online that were just the brooch pendant without the necklace, but the necklace is signed as well on this piece, which kind of sets it apart because, again, like this is something from like the 50s or the 60s. So the fact that it's still on the necklace as opposed to someone removing it from the necklace and just using it as a brooch, I think is what set it apart. So I'm super, super pleased with that.
Next up, we've got the MS St. Louis, MS Milwaukee, Hamburg, America line cruise brochure from 1931. So it is nearly 100 years old. This was in immaculate condition.
Yeah.
Rare boats. So, and so old that, you're just not going to find this. And again, I want to be very clear. These are our top items for a reason. We're able to command the pricing for a reason. You're not going to find these at a thrift store. You're not going to typically find these at a garage sale. Right. These are very special items. I am not concerned about you finding out what my top 10 items are because I'll never find them again, and neither will you. So this sold for $137.79. Our net on that was $100.29. Pure profit.
Yeah.
This lot of cruise stuff that we have has paid for itself easily 10 times over.
Well, I mean, you bought probably 10 boxes when you did it.
And I spent almost $1,000.
Yeah. But again, when you've got one piece that's selling for $137 and then another piece from the same buy.
The next piece that we have is the NYK line. So this was a Japanese shipping line, and they have the Asama Maru and the Tatsu Maru, which were both Japanese ships pre-World War II. These ships were used by the Japanese military in the war. They were sunk in the war. So again, there's no history past World War II on these ships.
Yeah.
$136.86. Our net on that, $95.55. Again, straight profit.
Yeah. He did this buy about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now.
Coming up on 2 years.
And it has just been such a great buy.
Yeah, I think it paid itself back within the first 2 weeks.
And then the next one that we have, I am super excited about. So we've talked about the fact that, we've been doing our Whatnot shows. And unfortunately, I don't have a picture to show you.
I'm going to grab something similar. So we had an album very similar to this here that was full of World War II photos.
So we did a show last night, as a matter of fact. They invited us to join one of their raid trains, so that it just dumps from one show into the next. So we had a 15-minute slot, and during that 15 minutes, we were able to sell one of his albums for $133.
Right. So again, these are not things that are typically at yard sales. They're not something at thrift stores. These are highly sought after, very hard to find.
Yeah.
When I do find them, typically the pricing goes into that $100 plus range. I can't even pick them up at a price that I can afford to sell them at, because they are highly collectible. But that is a major success for us. We didn't know if we'd be able to make any money on Whatnot.
We were so terrified.
A lot of the lots that we sell go for $3. I started this album at $30, and
we were afraid that it was just going to go for the $30. We were terrified.
I was afraid I might not get a bid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough platform. It really is.
It is. It's a completely different it's so different, which is, you know, so the theme that we're running into right now is trying to diversify, and all of the things that you do are so different, you know, but we're really pleased that the Whatnot is really pulling its weight.
It is. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. We're going to talk about what kind of dollars we're looking at. We're going to talk about the volume of sales on that platform and how it relates to our overall business model. So definitely tune in tomorrow, because we're actually going to talk about some more expansion that we're talking about doing into different platforms, because we have found a level of success by branching out. So at this point, you know, our business has been going for coming up on 5 years. I mean, we're at 4.5 years in.
Yeah.
And this is the first real attempt that we've made at growing off from eBay. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Next up.
And then the last item for our top 10. And this is another one that just kind of hurts my heart. So this is an amazing...
No, you got the watch tips.
That one there. Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay, never mind. We got another watch tips. So these are super cool too. They have like this eagle on the side, and then it's the gold over the sterling silver. And these were super heavy too. These were 32 grams. So
again, $21 in melt value.
Yeah. Yeah, so these were super cool. $131, $92 for the net, and then again, we probably paid around $20 for this particular set with the melt value. So again, $70 all
and
profit.
And again, I don't know where melt is today. That was what we paid at the time. And then, are we going to talk about this one?
Yeah. So this was the one that I was going to talk about because that hurts my heart, because this is such a cool piece, and we got a return on this one as well. And so that really, really sucks. You know, when you have those big dollar items and then they're being returned to you, it happens. It does. Like, what do you do about the fact that, like, that's just a part of the business of
there really
any
is.
Type of retail?
It is. And, you know, it's unfortunate where this item is on its way back. Such a cool item.
It really is.
I don't think we're going to have problem finding another buyer.
No, I don't think so either. It's super unique. It's a tie clip. I don't know that I mentioned that, but it's a signed and numbered piece. Like, it's just so cool. And again, $123 was the sale price. I think I sold it for like 100, 110, something like that after like
it looks like it sold for like 115.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do? You know, it is what it is, and we'll resell it. But again, we want to be open and upfront and honest with you guys, and like, this is what happened to us this month. Yeah. So
we had so many returns. Again, we're going to get more into what that looks like in the dollars tomorrow. But the thing is that the returns aren't coming back yet. So all of these people have applied for refunds. Yeah. They've, you know, we have automated refunds. So they will get a shipping label the moment that they click that they want to submit for a refund. And then it's on them now. They have to put the item back in the packaging, put it back in the mailbox.
You'll get your money when you give it back to us.
Right.
And this one she did send back.
This one she did use the label. We know that, and it's on the way. So, and so long as it comes back in good condition, you know, this is the risk that we take.
Right.
We're talking about the earning potential on this one item would have been $80. So we're going to eat. And this is one of those items I bought
in a lot. So I had bought probably 50 pieces for $250. So like, it was a really good buy. And again, I've already sold enough pieces out of that lot that paid for the lot. So everything that's being sold at this point is all profit. So it is what it is. What are you going to do? Yeah. It's been a good month for us overall.
Like I said, it's going to negatively impact April's numbers. March is done.
Right.
So, you know, we'll again tune in tomorrow for those numbers. So that's it on our top 10, huh?
It is.
Okay. So thank you so much for stopping in and talking with us and hanging out, checking up on us. And we really appreciate it.
We really, really do.
I know that like the video schedule, because we were doing 5 days a week and now we're only doing like once a week, this week we're going to do 2, but it really is allowing us to make more progress in our business.
It is.
Because we were putting almost 2 hours a day into YouTube videos, and that is a big commitment, and it's coming straight out of our ability to list and sell.
Yeah, and now we have a little bit more time to try to branch out into other avenues. And it's working for us. I'm super pleased about that. I kind of do miss doing the YouTube videos every day, because it is nice to have that community, and
right. I miss it as well. I was thinking about it yesterday, and I'm like, I really miss doing videos every day, but the reality is we have to take care of our finances first.
Yeah.
So, you know, 10 hours a week is a lot of time to dedicate to something.
It is, because like it's being, again, it's like all of those plates that are spinning, right? It's all of those balls that are being juggled.
Right.
So something does have to give at some point, because otherwise it just makes you crazy and burned out. And I don't want to be burned out. I love what we do. And I love every aspect of what we do, so it does hurt a little bit to kind of step back from the YouTube videos. And that doesn't say that like once things kind of even out and aren't so hectic in other areas that we can't increase and do extra videos or what have you. But it's so nice to do these videos with you guys.
Right. So thank you. Thank you for stopping in. We appreciate your time. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and check out our video tomorrow.
All right. Thanks so much. Good luck to you guys out there.